What led me to become a case manager is I had an opportunity to do some volunteer work over the King holiday, and I worked with some individuals with a brain injury and actually sought employment to work in brain injury specifically. An individual that was involved in a motor vehicle collision who didn't have a great prognosis in terms of medically, and they didn't foresee her going back to school or driving, and she came back to visit maybe 2 years ago, and she finished high school and she was in the process of getting ready to drive. So she was very low level when I first met her, and for her to be able to carry on a conversation and to know that she was able to go back to school was pretty miraculous. During my spare time, I like spending time with family and friends. I'm a new runner, so I enjoy running and gardening. The best advice I've ever been given is life is short, and to just live each day to the fullest and don't sweat the small stuff. The advice that I would offer for a young adult interested in becoming a therapist is empathy and compassion. It's work that's very rewarding, and it's very emotionally draining work. So just to have the heart for it, because if you don't have the heart, it's not something that you could do for long term. The best part about my job is really being able to see where the clients end up. Being able to see them at the beginning or midway through their journey, and being able to see where they are at the end, or even having them to come back and see how well they are. So just the patients themselves are the most rewarding part of my job. Working in this profession, I've definitely made a lot of changes to my personal life. I would never ride a bike without a helmet. My home has a entry level access, so that if myself or anyone in my family was injured and had to have a wheelchair, they could be able to enter in my home. And then also just how I do things recreationally. I think of long-term effects that it could have, and try not to be as careless, because I know some of the side effects of some of those decisions.